Now on.
Okay, then.
Okay, I'd like to bring to order the meeting of the Zion Park District dated October 15th. Would you please read the roll call?
Commissioner McGarrett,
Here.
Commissioner Buckholz,
Here.
Commissioner Brown,
Here.
Commissioner Pye,
Here.
President Hartman.
Here. Okay, I'm going to entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the Personal Sub-Finance Committee meeting and also the regular meeting.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of the Personnel and Finance Subcommittee meeting and the minutes of the regular meeting on September 17th, 2015.
Do I have a second?
I second that.
All right, Secretary, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Buckholz,
Aye.
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Pye,
Aye.
Commissioner McGarrett,
Aye.
President Hartman.
Aye. Okay, guess we got nobody here. Do we have any discussion items that we need to bring up or anything?
Commissioner comments?
Okay. Do we have any commissioner comments? Anybody? Okay. All right. Anything from the attorneys?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm going to entertain a motion to approve for unpaid bills.
I'll make a motion to accept the unpaid bills for $88,722.23. For a do I do the total?
Yes.
Total of $363,135.09.
Do I have a second?
I second that.
All right. Secretary, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Pye,
Aye.
Commissioner McGarrett,
Aye.
Commissioner Buckholz,
Aye.
President Hartman.
Aye. Okay. All right. Marilyn, please.
Okay.
Director's report.
All right, a couple things. In addition to my written report, I'm going to hand out a couple of things. The Paderma Health Program was in my report. There was a couple of inaccurate dates on there. The numbers were correct, but the dates were wrong. So I just am sending you a revised copy of that information. So actually we will be decreasing our expenses for the health program this year due mainly to less full-time staff who have insurance coverage. But it does, we can provide basically the same coverage that we did last year with the same deductibles, and it's going to be a reduced cost to the park district. So this is what we're recommending for you to approve for the health insurance.
They have a problem bringing their price down. Usually once insurance up, they never come down because
Right.
they lock it up. They don't want to come down.
It did actually go up. The actual cost went up per employee, but because we are reducing the number of people who we are covering, that's why we had a decrease.
Okay.
So,
Do the employees pay some too, or is it fully paid?
no, the employees pay section 125. That is what the employees pay. So we have coverage for 18 full-time employees for this coverage year. In the past, we had 23 last year
That's
that
five.
we were looking at.
Okay.
Yeah, we have 5 less. So this is the amount that the employees pay.
Okay.
So it decreased 9.5%. That's pretty darn good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to make a motion tonight to approve this, or do we have to?
Yeah, but let's just do that.
Okay. All right. I will entertain a motion to approve the Paderma Health Program increase of decrease, 9.47%. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve a Paderma Health Program decrease 9.47%.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Secretary, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Buckholz,
Aye.
Commissioner Pye,
Aye.
Commissioner Braun,
Aye.
Commissioner McGarrett,
Aye.
President Hartman.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. The next thing that I have is the legal symposium. There was a information sheet in your packet. I'm going to the legal symposium. This is a weekday program from 8:15 to 2:30. It's all day. Eric and I are going to go.
Can you put me down for it too?
Yeah, I can register you, Bill. I need to know soon if anyone else wants to go that day. It's a very good program. We do bring back a lot of information. So it's, if you want to go, just let me know by early next week.
I have to work.
Okay.
I need a month notice
On those.
to give up.
You work for the White House?
That's what they told me.
Okay, the other thing is I did put in your packets the information about the IAPD conference, which is coming up in January. One of the things that I did want to point out to you, the keynote general session speaker is Lowell Catlett. I heard Lowell Catlett speak at one of the National Park and Recreation Association conferences, and he is an excellent speaker. So if you aren't planning on going any day other than maybe one, Saturday would certainly be a good day to go to hear what he has to say. He is he's an economics, the dean of the economics department at the Department of Agriculture at New Mexico State University, I think. Yeah. Really, you wouldn't think the economics professor in the ag department would be interesting, but he was a very good speaker, had a very good message for Parks and Recreation. So I just wanted to point that out. And if you do want to go to the conference, please, there's a registration form in that packet of materials I gave you. Go through it completely and fill everything out, because when I'm doing the registration, I'm going to need the answers to all the questions. So.
Kevin was gonna talk to you too about, he was gonna suggest about the bus, taking the bus down, if that would be a little cheaper, easier, especially with Mr. Jesse, or he was gonna discuss that to you.
Okay.
Just a thought.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about that.
Well, I know that, but
It
I
probably
mean,
depends on.
I'm
yeah.
thinking parking could be the hardest. I was telling Kevin, parking the bus down in Chicago by that Hyatt. That's,
It's not going to be easy, yeah,
so,
so
you know,
we'll
it's,
have to
it
look
was a
at
thought.
that.
I thought it was good for Jesse, you know.
And it depends on who's going when, how many
Correct.
people are going at the same time,
Yeah.
because sometimes it's, it's a little more disjointed than everybody just
Oh, yeah.
going and coming back.
It's just
But, yeah, well, I'll talk
It's
to
just
him
a
about it.
thought.
Yeah, I'll talk to him about it.
Okay.
I was gonna go down for. I was planning on going down for the opening ceremony on Saturday night and bringing Friday, Saturday in classes.
Okay. Just put that down on your sheet, okay?
I will come see you. They
Okay.
usually fill it out for me
Okay,
anyway.
yeah.
You mind?
No, that's fine. Also, the One Person Can program, I did put a thank you letter. If you remember, we talked about this in May, giving 2 golf passes, season golf passes to this program so that these kids could golf at Shiloh with volunteers who ran this program. Ken Mason, who works at Shiloh Park Golf Course, is in the organization, the One Person Can. It's a not-for-profit organization, and golf is just one of the things that they do, that he brought here. So it was a thank you from this young man who, I think everybody felt like this was a real positive
The
program
letter was
for
written
him.
very well.
Yeah.
The letter, too.
Yeah.
The Ransom too, that's the Ransom family in town.
I don't know if he's
That
from
gives
the
you the
Ransom
former police
family or
officer?
not, do you know?
Ron Ransom went to school at Ronnie.
I haven't met anybody with that last name in town that's not related to him.
Well,
So,
right, he could be. I don't know if he is or not. I was
more than
wondering
likely
that.
so.
Ron was copied with me and Bob back in the.
Retired
days.
police officer Ron Ransom worked for on and off for over 20 years at the police department and at the high school. He was hired back on at the high school as a school resource officer, and is now in Las Vegas now. Very well respected in the community.
Wow.
Are we gonna keep the program?
Yeah, I think that I would like to keep, we'll talk about it in the spring. I'm sure that we'll come back with a proposal to us to do it again, and I
Yeah.
think it's a positive thing.
Was this for this year, that letter? Was that what?
Yes, this was for this summer.
So it just, there was one student that did
I
it?
think there were
Three.
two. Was there three?
Three.
Three?
He told me he was gonna give me 2 letters, but I only got one, so
That's-
that's okay.
He talked to me, he then come ask you for, like, try get for next year.
I think we did 2 passes this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he want to try get.
Yeah, he'll come to me in the spring,
Yeah.
and we can talk about that. The next thing I passed out was the, what Eric referred to in the Finance Committee meeting was the potential investment of IMRF funds in our own bonds next month. So it is something that is already in our investment policy, so we don't have to make any additional votes to do that.
We don't.
We do not.
Okay.
It's already listed in the investment policy.
Okay.
We have an opinion from our attorneys, Ansel Glink, the bond counsel. They are the ones who do all of the attorney's fees for bonds, Chapman and Cutler, and Dave Phillips, our finance consultant, that this is something that we can do. It's legal. Basically, it's taking that surplus money that we have invested in IPDLAF of IMRF funds and investing it in our own bonds. And so we are paying ourselves interest, actually probably earning more interest by doing that on that money than having it sit in IPDLAF, which is getting a very low interest rate.
I like that.
It also then takes us out to the market with $350,000 instead of $700,000 of bond. So we're hoping that we'll get a better interest rate and get a few more banks maybe to be interested in that size of an issuance versus $700,000. Eric has worked with the finance director at Gurnee Park District. He had a conversation with him about how they were doing this, and so suggested that. So this document that I just handed you out really talks about the highlights of doing this, okay? It would be a 1-year issuance, and the other half that we would take out to market would be a 2-year issuance. So that's the difference between them. So, 1 year shouldn't be any problem for us to do this. This money has been sitting in our account. It shouldn't cause us any cash flow problem this year because our cash flow is so much better than it has been in the past couple of years.
Yes.
So we just want to make sure that you guys feel comfortable with this because this is what we'll bring to the November meeting when we're doing the bonds.
Was this the gentleman that you met that suggested this, or that you guys have been searching for this?
Well,
We come about this idea, I think it's great.
yeah, I was going to say, when we started talking to Dave Phillips a while ago, he mentioned it at one point, and we kind of kept it in the back of our mind, and then just looking at our cash position thought, didn't someone say
It's
they
not a
bought their
bad
own
idea.
bonds? How does that work? And then we just started to explore it.
Especially
Yeah,
when
we
he said-
talked to Mike from Gurnee at another, actually, that was at a different, we were looking at software
Yeah,
programs
yeah.
then, so we were talking with him, and he was telling us that they did it there. So at least he has some experience talking to somebody who's done it at a park
Right.
district, so it's not just the legal people, it's actually,
Who's done
someone
it.
who's actually done it.
Yeah, right.
So I thought, that was good to have that, that reference.
That's why it's sitting, it's to be using the money, that's what I like about it.
Yeah, right.
Any commissioners have any questions about this?
I think I do, but I'm not exactly sure what to ask.
So-
So we take the money that's in the RMF fund, right?
Right.
It's sitting in, so if you look at this,
Right.
okay. It's this 833,000, well, no, it's this money that's sitting in investments. And we're just investing it in a different vehicle. We're not leaving
Oh.
it in
Just happens to be
Ecolab.
ours.
We're
Okay.
investing it in the bond.
Yeah.
Is there?
That's the only ways we can do that, because IMRF money can only be used for IMRF payments. You cannot use it for anything else. So the only reason we can do this is just because we're reinvesting it. We're not spending it on something else.
Okay.
It's just using
right.
it as an
For the
investment.
year.
For a one-year term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to understand it because
Yes,
I
very
want to
much
be clear
so.
on it.
It's just kind of like an investment that we, identified to earn a better yield, and just happens to be our own bond.
And if a year goes by and we like it, we can do it again? Is that,
Well, next year we're going to have another bond issuance, so we can look at the potential of doing that with the 2016
With the
issuance.
next, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we will look at the value of whether that's the best way for us to go next year or not.
And again, I ask that any of the commissioners have any questions
Wait, I
about
have
this
another
stuff.
one. Okay, so at the.
See Eric offline. I mean, when you want to really get deep, I'm not
Yeah, I
cutting
just
you off,
want one other,
Cheryl.
I just
Well,
have
you gotta
one other
know.
question about
Yeah,
it.
you definitely have to
So
know
when
about
the end
this.
of next year, is that IMFR fund going to be back to the $833,000?
Well, that's hard to say. It depends on the levy that we
Okay.
have for it. It depends on how we budget it for the 2016-2017 year. But yeah, in December of 2016, our bond is going to mature for $350,000, and that money is going to go into IMRF. In addition, the $6,000 or $7,000 of interest is going to go into IMRF.
And what we'll probably do, because that does have a very big surplus right now, and what we did this year is we reduced our IMRF levy because we didn't want to add to that surplus, and so probably we will do that again next year. So that number probably will go down, just so we don't get tax objections to having that kind of money sitting there.
So, right, run a little bit of a deficit in there to start to whittle that down.
Yeah, and again, any commissioners have any questions about budget or anything, go see Eric offline and he'll explain it to you very well, so, okay. All right,
So the final thing we didn't put on the agenda was the foot golf report,
Yes.
which I know that Bill and I had a conversation about, and Larry and I had a conversation about, and I think Larry was a little salty when he wrote that report.
well,
Yes.
Because I just read it today.
Oh, really?
I didn't read it before.
I think, obviously I respect what Larry wrote and, I understand his feelings, but I really think we should try this another year and give it a chance, and see what it comes out next year. I know that, again, I saw the numbers and they didn't really look that bad to me, but I really think maybe we should give it another shot next year
the equipment's here and the holes are there.
and see what happens. I mean,
I think he was just comparing it to what the regular golf play made, correct? Isn't
Right,
that-
yeah, so
Yeah.
I think we need to,
Yeah.
Start up.
Yeah.
decide, is that the best day? Maybe that wasn't the best day of the week. Maybe it was.
And didn't he also say something about relocating it? Wasn't that in there too?
I think he talked about moving it off the golf
Yeah,
course.
off the golf course.
yeah.
Yeah,
Which I don't know how you charge for
I
it
don't,
then.
yeah, I, maybe if we decide that the golf course is not the place for it, we would consider doing that, but I think that we should give it one more year.
I think one more year on the golf course, see how the numbers come out next year, and then go from there.
If we put it
That's-
somewhere else other than in the golf course that's fenced in, now we gotta worry about people falling in the hole, tripping that cover off. I mean, that's a thought, but,
Right, yeah, or, how do you,
Yeah.
do you
It's
put
not
it,
fenced in, and,
yeah,
yeah.
right.
So that's my
It's a different
recommendation,
thing,
is that we
yeah.
give this one more shot, another year, see how the numbers look next year, and then go from there.
yeah, it's new, and then wasn't some about they started late because 2
Yeah.
weeks, what they were saying in the letter?
Yes,
And really did the work get out as well as we wanted it to. I guess that's another,
I think he was more discouraged that the soccer program this fall did not take advantage of it, and we were hoping that they would.
yeah.
And so I think there was a little bit of discouragement there after the summer camp group was over, that, we didn't have more use of it. And I think we should give that one more shot
Yes.
before we
And I
do
respect
something different.
I deeply respect Larry's inputs on this. I mean, this is good stuff, and this is good to keep.
I'm
it-
really surprised that the 5-hole golf did as well as it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
When he did the numbers on that, I was...
so do we have to make a
Pleasantly
motion to
surprised.
approve to let the kickball,
No.
or kickball, kick golf go another year?
No.
Okay.
But
But
Foot golf.
like
Thank
in
you, Kay.
March, I would like the other schools know about foot golf.
Yeah. The marketing we will do
Yeah.
earlier in the season.
Yes.
Yeah, and we really we couldn't really do that because we didn't get the
No, we didn't.
set up until later.
We didn't give this a feel.
Maybe a field trip.
Yes, I think we should do a
I think
field
we should do a
trip,
field
yeah.
trip.
Well, I was talking with somebody about doing maybe an intergovernmental thing where the taxing bodies all kind of get together and do some kind of an event together. First of all, to meet each other, but also,
Team
you know,
building.
to see kind of what there is to do in Zion. You know,
Yeah.
there's probably a lot of people who don't know that we have a foot golf course in place.
Right.
So
Yeah.
even just making more people aware of it that way might be a good. So yeah, I was talking about.
He was talking about too, that something about the counselors, they
Yeah.
didn't under, what did he mean by that?
Well,
They
we
did
had
ask, but there was
we
no-
had our counselors and camp do it, but we also had the Boys and Girls Club camp do it.
Okay.
So I think he was discouraged by, he felt like the counselors were not really engaged in it. But if we could do that as a pre-camp, show them how to play,
Yeah.
go through it a little bit more specifically, maybe we could encourage some better participation.
with the
that
learning
way.
process, we didn't
Well,
quite
yeah.
understand how the kids would make it as groups through, so it took a while to figure out exactly how that looked and how to, you know, because the kids were just infatuated with the hole in the ground for the first couple of times.
Sure.
And then, you know, it was who got to the hole first. And then they finally realized, oh, it's who gets the less kicks wins. So it took a while to figure out how that all played out.
Well, I went around, at first when it came out, I was like, how hard could this be? But then after I took a ride around and saw it, it's pretty intense. I mean, it is not easy. And I know that,
It's not as easy as you think.
no, it's not even close.
It's fun too. I mean, little
It
kids
is.
love it. Yeah.
And I think, that's why I said, again, another year would definitely be a great
Yeah,
thing.
give them a yeah.
Okay.
You gotta get a soccer player on your team though, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay,
Anything
that's
else?
it that I have.
Okay, thanks, Marilyn. All right, next thing we got on the list is for the review and approval of this FY 2016 budget sessions.
Right. I put that together really basically based off of last year. The question is, does the 4 o'clock time work for everybody in this group? We did that for one of the meetings, the first committee meeting.
That's kind of tough for you, Cheryl, isn't it? 4
That I
o'clock?
know ahead of time.
Okay. Anybody else? I know, Rick, that'd probably be,
I would have to work the schedule and figure it out. Make the days off.
Work the schedule in your favor.
so do we want to make a motion to approve this yet, or do we want to just,
I don't have the schedule that far in advance.
Right, so I think we should just go with
Just-
this, and if we need to make an
we'll just
adjustment, we
change
can.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that good? All right. Okay, I need to entertain the motion to approve the budget and finance review for the following dates for 2016 and 17. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the dates, Thursday, March 3rd, 2016, March 17th, 2016, and April 21st, 2016 for the Personnel Finance Committee and budget review sessions.
Do I have a
will
second?
second it.
Okay, Secretary, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Pye,
Aye.
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Buckholz,
I,
Commissioner Magera,
Aye.
President Hartman.
Aye. Okay. Next one is the Illinois Association of Park District Accreditation Certification.
It's the credential certificate, basically means that we have a delegate to the association for the annual meeting, someone who needs to attend the annual meeting and sign in so that they are present. So there's a delegate, a first alternate, a second alternate, a third alternate.
And
So
when is this for?
the
I see.
meeting, the annual meeting is January 30th, Saturday at 3:30 in Grand Ballroom F of the Hyatt Hotel.
Okay, I'll go ahead and,
You want to be the delegate,
I'm gonna be the first one.
alternate?
Yep.
okay, there it is, right there. That way. Okay,
Anybody else want to?
Do you need them all filled?
Yeah, it's just as well. I can be the second alternate
And I
or.
can be the third.
You do need to vote on that slate.
okay. I will entertain a motion to approve the Illinois Association Credential Certification of the personnel that we mentioned for January 30th down at the Grand F Ballroom down in Chicago.
I make a motion to please fill the September 30th family ball team.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, Secretary, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Magera,
Aye.
Commissioner Buckholz,
I,
Commissioner Pye,
Aye.
President Hartman.
Aye. Okay, next thing on the list is, and speaking of executive session, I forgot to put this out, and this is my fault. We will be going into an executive session tonight,
That's on there.
so, okay. For the executive session minutes review,
Okay. We've done this before where we review old executive session minutes, so I'm going to give you a packet of those minutes with my recommendation on either keeping them or releasing them. I'd like these packets.
yes, please,
back.
return them.
Also, I'm going to hand you a resolution about releasing closed session minutes and destruction of closed session audio recordings. We only need to keep the audio recordings for the past 18 months from whatever day that we have this meeting. We should be doing the reviews twice a year. I missed the one mid-year this year, so it was 1 year ago that we did them. But I do have the recommendation on there, but I do want to just do a destruction of the audio recordings for, those are listed with the resolution.
Okay, so we'll make two motions, one for the paper copies and then the other for the audio, correct? I mean, one motion to
Do one
keep
motion
these.
for that recommendation and one motion for the resolution.
Right, okay, got it. Okay, anybody need a couple minutes just to kind of look through?
is this the meeting, or what is this audio? What was,
Yeah, remember when we go into executive session, we actually have a video and an audio. You're only required to have an audio recording,
okay.
but we do it with video here. So it's just
Well, the
to,
public does not see that. They see this meeting, but they do not see that. Correct.
right. But when we release the minutes, we release the paper minutes. We
Correct.
don't release the audio. So we're going to destroy audio that we don't need to keep any longer. There's the list is attached
big.
there.
Correct.
There's quite a list that needs to go. Rich did it the last time in 2013.
Yeah, we're
So-
good. Yeah. If we don't need it, we don't need it.
No, we don't need it, we need to.
Okay. Does people need a few minutes to review the
Just
paper
really
copies?
the last ones are, from October of 2014 was the last time that we did a review, so you have reviewed all those. I am suggesting we release one of those previous, or no, that one is the one. That's the last time we had an executive session review. So the ones below that are the only ones really that you haven't
Okay,
looked
so
at
from
previously.
October down to July is the one, okay.
You weren't here for those other ones, Rick, but we did go through this process October of 2014.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and entertain a motion to approve the executive session minutes presented and from October 23rd, 2014 down to July 16, 2015.
Well, you have to do the whole list because
Okay.
we're gonna these are gonna remain
Okay.
confidential, so you need to
Got it.
include them all in your motion.
All right, well then we're gonna go ahead and make a motion to approve the whole list. Do I have a motion?
To approve the whole list.
Yes.
So you want to
What
get rid
the
of
recommendation-
Get rid of these guys.
This is the,
Recommendations are on
this
side.
is the, okay, so there's two different motions. One is for the recordings and one is for the actual paper minutes.
See, we want to keep the paper and get rid of the audio.
No.
We want to keep the paper for all the ones that I say
These are-
remain
these are actually-
confidential.
Yeah, right down here.
Okay.
All the ones that I say remain confidential, we're gonna keep
Okay,
as confidential minutes.
okay.
Any that say release means
Does.
We don't
we
need
could
it.
release them. Well, if someone did a FOIA request and
They would-
asked for those minutes,
Okay.
we would release them.
And then the next motion would be for this one. for the
And they, with the
resolution.
FOIA, they can't get the ones that are confidential.
Right.
I didn't know, I thought a FOIA meant you had,
No, not on executive
Executive
session
session.
minutes
That's
that
nice to know. I didn't know
we
that.
have chosen to remain confidential.
Okay,
just wanted, I didn't quite understand.
Yeah,
that.
that's fine.
all right,
It's better that you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, do I have a motion to approve?
Go ahead, Bill, go for it.
No, he can't.
I
He
can't.
can't make the motion.
That's a long motion.
Now, how do you, I'll say
Nobody
it.
wants to
Just read
make
this,
it.
Bill, read that, make a motion, read this whole thing, is that what?
Read the whole thing and then go down it, and then recommend that we read the dates, recommend remain confidential,
Okay,
go down to
go.
the next date, and then keep going down the list. Okay,
Oh, yeah, thank you, ma'am. The following executive session minutes are presented for review and determination of their appropriateness for public release. My recommendations are included. Then I'm going to say the October 27th, 05, remain confidential.
okay,
January 19th, 2006, personnel, remain confidential. July 15th, 2010, personnel litigation, remain confidential. October 21st, 2010, personnel litigation, remain confidential. February 17th, 2011, litigation, director contract, remain confidential. July 21st, 2011, litigation, remain confidential. August 18th, 2011, litigation, remain confidential. October 25th, 2012, personnel, remain confidential. February 21st, 2013, litigation, personnel, remain confidential. June 20th, 2013, personnel, remain confidential. January 16th, 2014, personnel, remain confidential. June 19th, 2014, personnel, remain confidential. October 23rd, 2014, litigation, release. November 20th, 2014, personnel, remain confidential. December 18th, 2014, litigation, release. May 18th, 2015, personnel, release. June 18th, 2015, personnel litigation remain confidential. July 16th, 2015, personnel remain confidential. This is presented to the board October 15th, 2015.
Do I have a second? That's all you have to say, second.
I second it.
Okay, good.
You guys have ever heard
Secretary,
me talk
please.
that much ever, have you?
Secretary, please read the roll call.
Commissioner McGarrett,
Aye.
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Pye,
Aye.
Commissioner Buckholz,
Aye.
President Hartman.
Aye. Okay, next one, we're gonna need a motion to approve Resolution 819. Yeah, please turn these back. To approve Resolution 819.
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 819, authorizing release of closed session minutes and the destruction of closed session audio recordings.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Secretary, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Buckholz,
Aye.
Commissioner Pye,
Aye.
Commissioner McGarrett,
Aye.
President Hartman.
Aye. Okay,
No, you can keep that.
now I will need a motion to go into the executive session.
I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session on the October 15th, 2015 board meeting in Zion Park District.
We gotta read that whole thing
You gotta
that's
read this whole
okay.
thing.
What am I
under
doing here?
other.
Read this whole.
Well, thank you, Bill, that's very kind of you, sir. Executive session for the purpose of the board discussing employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of employees or officials pursuant to Section 2C1 of the Illinois Open Meeting Act.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Secretary, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Buckholz,
Aye.
Commissioner McGarrett,
Aye.
Commissioner Pye,
Aye.
President Hartman.
Aye.
Have a good
Sorry about that, I should have known.
No.